Welcome to the last main coding lesson, which is the Capstone project. And so in this lesson, we're going to build an application using all the lessons that we've taken so far. And so we're pretty much going to use everything in this project. You've already read what the project is asking you to do. So what I want to show you here is a working solution for that project. I'm just going to show you different things to help you as you go along. Okay. So first thing, my solution here has two files. It has a main file, which is main.py. That's the one I'm in right here, right? And then it has a supporting classes, which is essentially the classes where I've defined everything, like the fruit class, the inventory class. I essentially have 4 classes in here. Okay, and so these are the classes you're going to use, or you're going to define to help you build this main application. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is just kind of walk you through how this actually works, so that you can see the program, how it's functioning. And then in the lessons that follow, we're going to go step by step and walk you through how to actually design and build this on your own. Okay. All right. So I'm going to click run. And so when I click run, it welcomes me. So essentially displaying this code right here to welcome me. And then it's calling recall store. Recall store is a function defined up here, which essentially will recall a saved state of the store. So it's going to retrieve inventory that may have already had existed in the store before. It's going to retrieve some of the transactions that happen on the inventory or some of the sales transaction logs. So it will retrieve all of that and bring it on. But I'm running this program for the first time. I haven't done any transactions, which is why it says the inventory is empty and there are no transactions. So this is good. Now, how does this work? Well, the way it works is I enter some commands. So right now I'm on the main screen, and on the main screen it says enter your command. I can enter 1 for sales, 2 for inventory, 3 for reporting, 4 to return, or 5 to exit. Okay. So first, I don't have anything in the inventory, so I can't sell anything. I can't report on anything either because I haven't done much. So first, let me go into inventory and let's see what that does. Okay, so I'm going to say 2 and then do enter. So now it goes into, it says current inventory, enter your command. It says command dash quantity dash price dash ID or name. What this means is I can enter the command in this format. If I know the product ID, I can enter the command, enter the ID, or I can enter the name of the fruit if that product doesn't exist yet. I can also enter R to return to the previous screen. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a fruit. And so add is new. And so I'll type 1 dash, and it says quantity. So let's just say I have 150 of those fruits. And then it says price, so the price for each one of them. Let's just say I'm going to enter pineapple, and each pineapple is $2.25 or $2.23. Doesn't really matter. And then the last one will be the name. Since it's new, I'm going to say pineapple. Okay. And so when I hit enter, it tells me that on December 26th at 13:57:34, I added 150 pineapple at a unit price of $2.23. Okay, so it's now in the inventory. If I want to see, I can go run a report. But before we do that, I'm going to add a few more. So let me add maybe 567 oranges. Each orange maybe is 40 cents. Okay, and I'm going to call it orange. Orange. There you go. Okay. So I added the orange in there. Now let me add another one. What can I add? Maybe actual apple. I'm gonna add some apple. Maybe just 300 apple. one apple, let's just say one apple will cost 25 cents. Okay. It doesn't matter, right? It's not, these aren't real prices anyway. Okay. So I just added some apples. All right. So now let me exit the inventory screen. All right. To exit, I just type R. And now I'm back onto the main screen. Notice that now I have some pineapple, some orange, and some apples. And those numbers are there. I have 150 pineapple, 567 oranges, and so on. But also notice they now have ID, so I can see the ID for those. All right. However, there is no transactions. I haven't sold anything. Let me close this window. So let's try to sell some. Let's just say someone walks in, they buy 5 apples. Okay. So I'm going to go sell 5 apples. To do that, I'm going to go onto the sales screen. And then now I'm on the sales screen. So on the sales screen, I can sell by pressing 1. I can also do a refund. So someone can return something, or I can return to the previous screen by using 3 or by typing R. That's probably, we can clean up this to make it better. But anyway, you understand what it means. So let me sell some apples. I'm going to say 1, I want to sell. I want to sell 10 apples. Okay. I'm going to sell the apples. Right now, the apples I haven't listed for 25 cents. But for whatever reason, I think I can sell them to this person for 27 cents. So I'm going to sell each one for 27 cents. And then I need to tell the computer that I want to sell apple. To tell the computer what I'm selling, I use this ID 18 here. So I just say the ID is 18. And then when I hit enter, it says on December 26th at 1400, around 1400, I sold 10 apples at a unit price of 27 cents each. Okay. So let's sell some. If someone buys apples, they'll probably buy some oranges too. So let's just sell some oranges as well. So I'm going to sell, let's just say 50 oranges. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll juice it out. 50 oranges. I'm going to sell these oranges cheaper because they're buying a lot of them, right? So I'm going to say at 30 cents each orange. And the orange is 19. That's what the ID is. So I'm going to type 19 and hit enter. Right there. So I sold 50 oranges at 30 cents each. Okay. Now let me get out of the screen by pressing R. Okay. And then when I get back to the main screen, so what I want you to see is, this is where I put R, right? So all of this just printed. So first, you still see the inventory here, as you saw before. But now I see that I've made some sales, right? So total sales this session is $17.07, which is how much I've made already selling the apple and oranges. I've done 2 transactions, right? I had one for orange, one for apple. And then it actually write those transactions here so you can see them, right? It gives you the last few transactions. And so I program it so it gives 5. So if you have more than 5, you only see the last 5 that show up here. So now, remember we've done inventory, we've done sale. I can go to the reporting screen. So let's go to the reporting screen, see what you could do there. So on the reporting screen, what can I do? I can see the inventory. I can see the inventory log. I can see the sales. I can see the sales log, or I can return. So we already see the inventory up here, right? So you can see it. If I just run that, it'll just show you the same inventory. Actually, let me just show you. I'll just have 1. You see the inventory. But what's inventory log? Well, let's look at that. So inventory log is 2. Wow, it tells me what I've done with inventory. See, it tells me, okay, you added these things, and it tells me what I added and when I added them and by how much and things like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. What about sales? If I want to look at sales, okay, perfect. So sales essentially gives me the state register. It says, here is how much you've done so far, how much money you have, the number of transactions, and here's the transaction. Okay, that's pretty good. And then the last one is log, sales logs. Okay, so the sales log just shows me the log down here. Remember, when you see the log in the main screen, it only shows you 5. But if you use the reporting screen and use 4, you can see all of them, no matter how many you have. Right? This is awesome. And so now I can just do return, go back to the main screen. Okay, so I've done some things now. Typically, when you shut the program down, it shuts everything down, right? And so you lose all that information. But if you're giving this to someone to run the store, it's not like when they finish selling one day, everything just disappears. The money, the fruits, and they're still there, right? So you have to be able to save that information somewhere. And then when they come back and open the store, it retrieves that information. So that's what we've also implemented here. We use the save store function right here to actually save the store. We don't save everything. Obviously, we could expand it. But what we do is we save the inventory so you can see what's in the inventory. We save all the logs so we can retrieve the logs. What we're not saving right now are the transactions. That's okay. We know we can save it, but we just want to make sure you know and that you're able to actually implement saving something. And to save it, we're using files. So essentially taking this information, saving that information into a file, and then when we restart, we just recall that information from the file. So to show you that, if you look in the project window right here, okay, under the Capstone, you see 2 files, right? Main and supporting classes. These are the programs, the files that I'm using to run the program right now. So what happens is when I exit the program, like I'm going to do right now, I type 5 and exit, then what you see is some files show up, right? If you go on the Capstone again, you have inventory log, and then you have transaction logs. These are new files. If I open inventory, you'll see that the inventory has information in it. And this is information that I added. The inventory log also has information, right? And then the transaction logs also has information that saves all the data from the session that just ended. So if I scroll in the window, you can see everything that we've done, right? But the program just exited because I exited. So let me clear this and show you that the information is actually saved. So let me run the program again. And when I rerun the program, the inventory shows up. You see that right there? So the first time when I ran it, there was nothing. Now I run it, the inventory shows up. And I didn't have to add it again because it's already there. Note that the register state for this session shows that we haven't done any transactions because I'm only recording the transaction that you do while you're running a program. When you shut it down, I shut that down, and I'm not saving the state of the register. Again, it's something we could implement. I just didn't implement it. Okay. But to show you the logs, let's go into reporting. I'm going to go into reporting, which is 3. And then let's look at inventory log, which is number 2. And you see the inventory log is there. It tells you what you did with the inventory. And if I go into the sales log, like number 4, then you can see that we had 2 sales transactions. This is good. I'm going to return here, and that's it. This is essentially what we're asking you to create and design and build. And you have all the information that you need to build this. You have all the skills if you've gotten this far in the class to build this application. And so good luck with your application, and let us know if you have any questions. Bye.